Today, we're going to talk about something incredible. We're going to explore how scientists are finally learning to read the most important and, frankly, the most complicated text ever discovered, the book of life itself. This is a story about turning 3 billion letters of what looks like pure nonsense into knowledge that can literally save lives.
So, let me ask you a question. What if you stumbled upon a massive library that held the secrets to, well, everything? The cure for disease, the blueprint for life itself, but you couldn't read a single word. Sounds like a sci-fi movie, right? Except it's not. This is the exact challenge scientists were up against when they first unlocked the human genome. And the sheer scale of this challenge is staggering. We are talking about 3 billion letters of genetic code. And let's be clear, that's not 3 billion words, that's 3 billion individual letters. It's a biological text so mind-bogglingly long that for ages it was almost completely unreadable. Okay, so how in the world do you even start to translate a 3 billion letter book? Well, you do it the old-fashioned way. You start by adding notes in the margins. And in the world of genetics, this all-important first step is called gene annotation.
You see, a raw genome sequence is just this endless, repetitive string of 4 letters: A's, T's, C's, and G's. Imagine getting a book with no spaces between words, no punctuation, no chapters, no page numbers. All the information is technically there, but in that form, it's just noise. It's basically meaningless.
Gene annotation is that very first layer of making sense of it all. It's really the scientific version of a scholar hunched over some ancient manuscript, trying to figure out where sentences begin and end, identifying the key words, which in our case are the genes, and starting to figure out, okay, what do they actually mean?
And this slide just perfectly shows that transformation. On the left, you've got that string of random-looking letters. But after annotation, look at the right. Suddenly, there's meaning. We can point to a specific chunk of code and say, aha, this part right here, this is a gene, and we know it's involved in determining eye color. Just like that, we've turned raw data into actual knowledge.
So, we're finding the genes. That's a huge step. But how do we know what a gene for eye color is supposed to look like in the first place? Where are we getting these definitions from? Because you can't just guess, right?
It's really just like trying to translate any language you don't speak. You need a reference guide. For genetics, our reference isn't just some pocket dictionary, it's a massive, sprawling collection of biological knowledge we call a functional database.
These functional databases are essentially the giant digital encyclopedias for our genetic library. We're talking about huge public resources, things like GenBank or UniProt, that hold decades and decades of research from labs all over the world. It's all meticulously organized, so we can ask it, hey, what does this gene do, and actually get an answer.
And the kind of information in these databases is truly incredible. It's not just, a gene's basic job. They actually map out how genes work together in these complex networks called pathways, which is absolutely crucial for understanding big systemic diseases. They connect genes to specific illnesses, and they even show us similar genes in other animals, like mice, which lets us study human biology in really powerful new ways.
All right, so we have our 3 billion letter book, and we have our amazing genetic encyclopedia to help us read it. But we're still facing a problem of scale. I mean, who is going to do all of this work?
The hard truth is, we just can't do this by hand. A whole army of scientists trying to manually cross-reference every single potential gene, it would literally take lifetimes. It's completely impossible. So we need a system. We need an automated librarian.
And this is that system, the annotation pipeline. It's an incredibly powerful automated workflow. Here's how it works. First, you feed in the raw, messy genetic sequence. Next, clever algorithms comb through the code and predict where the genes might be hiding. Then, and this is the magic part, the system automatically blasts those predictions against our functional databases, pulling in all that rich information we talked about. And the final output? A fully annotated genome, ready for a scientist to actually read and understand.
So this all brings us to the most important question of all: so what? Right? We've gone through all this incredible technological effort to build these amazing tools and translate this code. Why does it matter so much?
It matters because we have finally unlocked the library. For the very first time in the history of our species, we can read our own biological instruction manual. And with that ability comes the power to understand and to change our world in the most profound ways imaginable.
One of the most exciting applications, for sure, is in personalized medicine. By reading your annotated genome, doctors can start to understand your unique biology. And with that knowledge, they can prescribe drugs or design therapies that are tailor-made specifically for you,
making them way safer and a whole lot more effective.
It's also completely revolutionizing how we create new medicines. For instance, when we annotate the genome of a nasty bacteria or a virus, we can identify the specific genes that are absolutely essential for it to survive. Well, those genes then become perfect targets for brand new drugs, letting us fight diseases in ways we just never could before.
And really, on the most fundamental level, functional annotation lets us start answering the biggest questions there are. By comparing annotated genomes from different species, we can actually watch evolution in action. By pinpointing the specific genes linked to things like cancer or Alzheimer's, we can finally begin to understand what's happening at the root cause of these devastating diseases.
So, from a chaotic jumble of 3 billion letters to a readable, understandable map of our own biology, the journey of functional annotation is nothing short of a scientific epic. We have finally learned the language of life. The story is now ours to write, and the only question left is, what will our next chapter be?